And we're back. Hopefully this goes well. I don't like the idea of secretly working for Nartos, whether this is undercover or not.
Sir, we are getting closer to the coordinates.
Keep your eyes peeled, we may be flying into an ambush.
I hope so.
Maybe not repairing ahead of time was a bad idea, but... oh well.
They are jamming our engines, Captain.
Activate the weapons. All crew to battle.
That ended quickly.
Well done. Send a damage report to my terminal immediately.
Right, let's continue. There are definitely ships here.
Located.
Yep.
Alert the rest of the captain. Let all nearby ships approach at once.
Perfect. Don't leave anyone alive.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Congratulations, you've made it onto my blacklist.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Come on, die already. That should be it, right?
Enemies down!
Not yet. Our scout ships have reported a much larger squad, Commander. We must follow their trail and annihilate them before they regroup.
Go back to formation and keep the communication channel open. I want to be informed of any enemy presence. We'll move to the next area.
Aye, aye, sir.
Uh-huh. Where do I go next? Continuing like this without repairing is a bad idea. Why am I being so lazy? Right, let's get this over with.
There they are! You won't escape the fury of the sun!
Let the rest of the squad know.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Lieutenant, get out of my way!
Damn it, Zerks, what do you think you're doing? Keep in formation.
They're trying to warp!
Keep pushing. Don't let them get away.
Fire it! What the heck are you doing, Lieutenant? The next time your ship gets in our line of fire, I won't hesitate to shoot.
The commander didn't order to break the defensive formation, Captain Zerks.
Insolent whelp! Destroying the enemy is everything! Your cowardice has allowed them to flee!
Enough. I'm the one giving the orders here, Zerks, and I didn't order the squad to split up. Contradict me again in front of my men, and you'll be tried for high treason. Do you understand?
Yes, Commander. I beg your forgiveness.
Get all the captains back to their positions. We'll follow the enemy's trail.
Right, that being said, let me repair first.
Captain Astra here. Permission to board the station.
Only authorized personnel can disembark.
Hmm. Get one of those. I can't even remember how to buy. Or maybe it's because my inventory is full. Oh well, it's not like I'm doing badly. Haven't stopped to do maintenance in a while. Alright, that's done with repairs. We've had our fun, now let's get on with it. I like the way the devs have actually done this. It makes you think of the Children of the Sun in a slightly
Incoming!
different
More
way, other
renegade
than
army
they're
ships,
just
Captain!
ruthless
Get to the
savages.
shields! Let's finish them off!
And in case you're still wondering, yes, I am still sick.
Enemy ships has been destroyed.
Sorry for the difference in tone of voice.
Excellent work, team. Are you all okay?
Okay. And here we go again.
Gotcha.
Mai, send our coordinates to the rest of the ships. Let all captains come at once.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, Mai! Where are the reinforcements?
It appears that the rest of our squad has been intercepted. We're on our own.
To hell with us, traitors!
May the sun light your way.
Think there's just one ship left.
What's that?
Looks like they've launched an escape pod.
Fools. Where do they think they're going to?
You immediately hear the voice of Captain Zerx. Commander, we've received a signal from one of the enemy escape pods. We're awaiting your orders to open fire. Hold your fire, Zerx. Zerx seems disappointed, and yet he does not dare to say a word. If you somehow manage to retrieve the capsule, you could interrogate those men, and if fortune smiles on you, perhaps they could lead you to the leader of the renegade army. You must report the news to Admiral Mason and take action. But the Children of the Sun's victory at Maiden Abyss and your promotion to Fleet Commander have drastically reduced your chances of contacting the Republic. It is a risky move, but the alliance between the Renegade Army and the Interstellar Republic must be signed as soon as possible if you want to have a chance of winning. Crew, get everything ready to get them on board. You open the communications channel. I'll personally take care of the prisoners. Zerx, Polaris, you'll leave immediately to assist the rest of the squad. Gather the survivors and prepare a full report. I want to know exactly what and how it all happened. As soon as you've regrouped, meet me at Sol Invictus. I myself will inform the Emperor of what happened. There's no time to lose. Mai, prepare everything to get them on board.
Yes, Commander.
The engines start roaring and you open one of the recovery hatches. In a few minutes, the enemy capsule is on board. Along with several armed crew members, you go down to the lower level of the ship to receive your new prisoners. After abandoning their ship the way they did, you expect them to be willing to surrender without a fight. In any case, nothing makes conflict resolution as easy as a good plasma rifle. Oh yes. You hear the capsule hatch open. You hold your breath for a few seconds until you see two pistols poke out of the hatch, followed by two small underage boys. They both look at you scared while holding their position. Just by looking at their faces, it's pretty obvious these two boys are far from being soldiers. You slowly approach them. Come on, boys, you're surrounded. Be smart and drop your weapons. Armed boy. Don't listen to him, Neil. Don't put your gun down. Don't do it. The older one pretends not to be terrified, but the younger one who stays behind the other is shaking from head to toe. We won't harm you, but you have to lower your guns. You keep approaching slowly. Although you would not trust your captors either, they are clearly outmatched. At this point, all they can do is surrender. You take another step forward as you address the oldest of them. Come on, surrender and I'll give you my word that... The bullet whizzes past your head and then it goes all quiet. Neil stares in horror at his partner, who is looking at you wide-eyed after missing the shot. Seize them! You jump forward, grabbing the old boy's gun and snatching it from his hands. The boy tries to hit you, but your fist comes first, knocking him out. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew captures the younger boy, who does not stop screaming and scrambling to get away. Take them to the brig and lock them up together. The crew picks up the unconscious boy and takes him and his partner to the brig. As they leave the room, you touched your ear and groaned slightly. The shot went close enough to your ear as it caused the minor burns. A few inches to the right and you would be dead. You cannot help but smile. That kid had been close to killing a commander of the Children of the Sun. Go back to work.
I thought you would interrogate the prisoners as soon as they got on board, Captain.
It's too soon. After everything they've been through, let's give them a break.
We don't have much time until the rest of the children's ships return.
I know, Mai. I know.
Talk to the two surviving boys aboard the brig. You reach the cells of the ship and you hear one of the boys sobbing while the other tries to comfort him. Come on, Neil, you have to be strong. You hear Neil's reply. We screwed up, Aaron. Now we're definitely lost. I never should have listened to you. I was trying to do what's best for us, Neil. Would you rather have stayed at the fold, rotting? At least I tried to do something. Ahem. The boys instantly shut up and stare at you through the force field. I brought you something to eat. You put the tray on the floor and stand aside. Neil, the little one, lunges towards it, but Aaron stops him. Don't, it could be poisoned. If I wanted to kill you, I could have done so earlier. You continue. I'm not going to poison two imprisoned kids. Just eat. After waiting a few seconds, Neil takes one of the bowls and begins to eat hungrily. The older one, on the other hand, stands still, looking at you very seriously. Aaron, I'm not going to accept anything from a bloody child of the sun. You answer, are you sure? Gutierrez stew is delicious. You immediately hear the boy's stomach growl. Come on. The boy ducks his head and slowly walks over to his bowl, while Neil has almost finished his. Aaron tastes the food shyly at first, but then filling his mouth desperately as if he has not eaten in days. You lean on the wall of the cell, waiting, and as soon as they have finished, you address them again. So, what were two children like you doing enlisted on a mercenary warship? Aaron wipes his mouth on his sleeve. We're not children, we're soldiers of the renegade army. Well, you didn't hesitate to abandon ship. Aaron remains silent for a few seconds and then starts talking. We're soldiers, not fools. Staying on the ship was certain death. We knew running away was risky, but it was better than doing nothing. You answer, and what about your fellow soldiers? Now it is Neil who answers. Those people weren't our fellow anything. Aaron's silence seems to confirm this. Where did you come from? We came from the fold. Aaron glares at his partner, although he finally gives in. We were looking for a way to get out of the city. It was then that we found out that they were recruiting men to march to the front. And they just accepted you? Aaron again seems somewhat annoyed by your question. They accepted everyone who volunteered, and there were quite a few of us. Any Aquinian would rather die fighting you than starve on the fold. My only regret is not having killed more of you before you captured us. You're very lucky young men. They look at you confused as you keep talking. I need to get a message to the renegade army. I need you to take me to one of their high-ranking officers. The boys look at each other and Aaron crosses his arms. And why would we do anything like that? Because it's the only way to defeat the children of the sun. You spend a while explaining the situation to the boys, who look at you suspiciously until you show them your license as captain of the Republic. You know it's risky to tell them the truth, but you're running out of time. You have to find the leaders of the renegade army as soon as possible. Aaron, the recruits are divided among several ships. Neil and I were assigned to Captain Alley's ship. Within a few weeks we reached Peakvale. Alley's and the others were to meet with someone called Sheep, who's leading the Aquinian captains. We went to an old tavern on the outskirts of town and they made us wait outside. As soon as they were done, we left. Since then, we've been tracking Children of the Sun's ships until we found you. So Sheep, huh? With no better trail to follow, you head to Peakvale. This man must be the one leading the Aquinian captains who have joined the renegade army. He must certainly be aware of their plans, or at least where they find their leaders. Go back to the command bridge.
Mai, set your course for Peakvale. We've got to find this so-called Sheep.
What should we do with the boys, sir?
Let them rest. Whether we like it or not, we depend on them. They're the only ones who can lead us to him.
And let's get repaired again and move on forward.
They've intercepted us, Astra!
We'll finish you off and spend your credits on updates.
Wait, isn't Blaze supposed to be severely injured? Why is she even talking to me?
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Targets neutralized, crew. We are out of danger. Captain Astra here. Permission to board the station.
Okay. I'm gonna repair, I'm gonna check my crew if they've leveled, and then we're moving on. Don't want to waste too much of your time.
Only authorized personnel can disembark. Captain, I'm detecting several ships approaching.
Oh dear.
Enemies?
I don't know, sir, but they're heading straight for our coordinates.
Mai, open the communication channel.
I've already tried, Captain, but they don't seem very willing to talk.
We'll open fire at the slightest wrong move.
It seems they were expecting us.
God damn it! Man your battle stations!
More enemy ships incoming, Commander.
Take them down. We'll fight through.
Aren't these the people I'm supposed to talk to that are firing at us? How is that ship healing? Oh well, it's dead now. And that's
I
that.
don't detect any more enemies in the area, Captain.
As soon as we land, we'll leave the uniforms to go unnoticed. Tell Aaron and Neil to get ready. We'll soon be in Peakville. Targets neutralized, crew. We are out of danger.
You land at the spaceport and disembark dressed in civilian clothes, along with Aaron and Neil. While Anderson registers the ship, you peer into the chasm below, that platform you have landed on. Beneath your feet, hundreds of meters away, a luminescent greenish toxic cloud can be seen. This bizarre city had been built upon huge rock formations that rise several kilometers above the surface. You cannot tell if it is due to the height or the poisonous gas rising from below, but you can clearly feel the lack of oxygen in the atmosphere. Impressive, right? Yes. The landscape is indeed peculiar, yet still beautiful and fascinating. The buildings cover most of the rocky pillars on which they are built, and at night the city glows with thousands of tiny lights scattered throughout the long, thin stone pillars. Ships rush from one side to another, navigating between the different mountaintops that make up Peakvale, while civilians walk down long and tangled bridges, only illuminated by the dim and ghostly light coming from the toxic gases below the city. All set, Captain. Go in search of sheep. You set off, guided by Aaron and Neil. You stay alert, aware that anyone in the city could be an enemy. Several captains of the renegade army are in the area, and it is crucial that the Children of the Sun do not find out what you are up to. You will be in serious trouble if anyone discovers who you really are. You walk through the city's bridges for a couple of hours. In front of you, the two boys keep whispering to each other all the while. This is beginning to feel strange, so you approach them. Neil, I told you this wasn't the way, Aaron. Shut up, I know exactly where it is. Is everything okay? Neil, I told you we should have gone straight. The last time we were here, we went much higher. Aaron, you're wrong. I clearly remember crossing this bridge. Neil, don't be silly, Aaron. You don't even remember what you had for dinner yesterday. Will you two stop it? You're always doing the same, Aaron. It's easy to complain, huh? If you know the way, why don't you guide us? You're getting fed up with this. You're about to intervene when you hear someone call you. Captain! You turn around. You turn around and are stunned. From a chain bridge right above you, several men point their weapons at you. You've been caught with your guard down. Sheep must have known about your presence in Peakvale the moment you landed, and waited for the right time and place to capture you. It had been almost too easy. You are certain that nobody had been following you since you left the docks. So there are only two possibilities. Either Sheep's men have identified you while you were touring the city, or the boys have led you straight to them. From above, a middle-aged man peers down the gangway. You must be Sheep. Sheep, and you must be Astra. I can't help but feel somewhat disappointed. It's hard to believe that the same person who killed Quartz and half his men was naive enough to let herself be captured so easily. You look back. Neil and Aaron seem as shocked as you. You cannot rule it out, but it does not seem like they are behind all this. I've come to talk to you, Sheep. Well, that was a terrible idea, Commander. Kill her. Aaron stands in front of you, getting in the way. She's a captain of the Interstellar Republic. Sheep raises his arm, ordering his men to hold their fire. Sheep's expression changes. What did you say, boy? Neil moves slowly forward while speaking with a slight stutter. It's true, Sheep. We left Alez's ship in an escape pod after it was destroyed. Captain Schmidt left behind the squad that was going with her to get here. She's on our side. That's right. You can feel the tension in the air. Sheep looks at you while assessing the situation. After a few seconds, he lowers his arm. The boys look at each other relieved. Sheep, kill them. He's gonna kill the kids too? That's... Yeah. I know the truth about Quartz. Nartos has captured Jesse Bradley. Nartos has captured Jesse Bradley. Sheep makes an effort to hide his surprise. That's not our problem. That only concerns the Interstellar Republic. You answer. You bet it's your business. Bradley is Admiral Kendra Mason's right-hand man. He's aware of everything going on inside the organization, including my infiltration. I know Bradley personally, and I know he would never betray the Republic. But Nartos and Vanlith are up to something. I still don't know what it is. You have managed to get his attention. You continue. You can thwart the Children of the Sun's plans, but I'm going to need the support of the Renegade Army and the Interstellar Republic. I'm just asking you for some time, Sheep. Listen to what I have to say before making a hasty decision. Killing us means doing Nartos a big favor. The men lower their weapons at Sheep's command. Okay, we'll escort you to one of our bases and talk calmly. Then I'll decide what to do with you. Sheep's men approach you and disarm you. You nod. Thank you. Sheep. I hope you're telling the truth, Astra, for I assure you that neither you nor your friends will leave Peakvale alive. Nod. Alright. With no other option, you go with Sheep and his men to their hideout. After crossing several of the bridges that connect the different districts of Peakvale, you begin to descend and start noticing a stench so awful it makes your eyes water. Sheep, use this. The man takes out a couple of syringes and offers you one. What's this? The road can scarcely be seen, and the poisonous gas that surrounds it hides it from the whole city. You cannot think of a better spot to set up a criminal organization's headquarters. After a few more minutes of descent, Sheep rests his hand on one of the rocks and the wall moves to one side. Here we go. Follow Sheep. Sheep, take the rest with you. We'll talk about this alone. Sheep's men guide the boys and your crew through the facility while you follow Sheep to another of the vault rooms. Judging by its decorations and furnishings, it must be his office. You open your mouth to speak, but Sheep cuts you off with a gesture. Without saying a word, he walks over to one of the wooden shelves and picks up a bottle with a dark liquid inside. After pouring himself a long drink, he reaches into his jacket to pull out an old revolver which he puts on the table. Sheep takes a drink and exhales deeply. Go ahead, give me a reason not to put a bullet between your eyes right now. Explain the situation. You explain the situation, leaving out the parts about Banner and Genesis. For now, it is better to keep this information from the Renegade Army. Sheep is silent as you tell him about everything that has happened since you infiltrated the Children of the Sun. You continue. We need your help. The Interstellar Republic has already the SMC's support. With the Renegade Army supporting the offensive, we could face NATO's fleet. I need you to contact Admiral Mason and convince her to launch a combined attack. Sheep looks thoughtful. What do you think? Sheep picks up his gun and gulps down the remainder of his drink. Maybe you're telling the truth, maybe you aren't. If you actually are a child of the sun and all of this is nothing more than Nartos' plan, you'd be leading us to certain death. As he talks, Sheep opens the barrel of the revolver and takes out 2 of the bullets. On the other hand, if what you're telling me is true, we'd be wasting the ace up our sleeves in this war. Sheep closes the drum and swings it around before pointing it at you. Commander Astra or Captain Schmidt, who are you really? As soon as he finishes the sentence, he pulls the trigger. The sound of the gunshot reverberates in your ears, but you are still alive. Sheep starts laughing out loud as if it were all an innocent joke. The man is definitely crazy. You're a lucky woman, Schmidt. I'll let you live, although that doesn't mean I'm willing to help you. I admit that you have courage for coming here, but what you're asking for is impossible. Impossible? Sheep lowers the gun as he shakes his head. Even if I were willing to do it, the rest wouldn't follow me. The clan leaders who have joined us would never accept it. Even my own men would execute me if I told them to cooperate with the Interstellar Republic. You answer, come on, sheep. Without the red tier, the renegade army would just be a bunch of Children of the Sun deserters and petty criminals. If you push them, the rest will follow. Courts had already started negotiations with the Republic. It's time to make a move. Sheep sighs and smiles slightly. Damn fool. I should have shot you the moment we met. Alright, Captain Schmidt, what's your madcap plan? Strike first. We can't go to Sol Invictus unless we take down Maiden Abyss first. At the moment, it's completely impossible for the Republic to get there. And the Renegade Army, on the other hand, doesn't have enough ships to face the fleet that protects the sector. If that weren't enough, Bradley is aware of my situation. Although Nartos has been unable to obtain any information from him, the Children of the Sun are holding him captive in the laboratory where Vanlith is experimenting with other test subjects. I don't know all the details, but you and I know that the Children of the Sun wouldn't keep a prisoner alive unless they had good reason. As soon as I have a chance, I'll sabotage the facilities and release the prisoners. Sheep looks at you condescendingly. Sure, it sounds like a solid plan. I'm not done yet. You ignore Sheep's taunts and continue. When I return to Sol Invictus, I'll report my squad being ambushed and give Nartos a false lead. That should be enough to redirect their scouts and keep my squad busy on the trail of your leader. I'll keep my men as far away as I can, leaving some of your ships free to meet with the Republic. As soon as Mason moves forward, she'll have to split up her fleet. Her goal will be to create as many battlefronts as she can, but she'll stay away from our true objective. The Children of the Sun will receive hundreds of reports of ships approaching their territory, and Nartos will have no choice but to neglect the defense of the Maiden Abyss and Sol Invictus to fight the Republic. Then their base will be fully exposed to a surprise attack. That's where you come in. Sheep does not seem entirely convinced. It's crazy. Facing small squadrons of Children of the Sun is one thing, but fighting them at their base. You answer. If we make use of the element of surprise, we could eliminate some of the Children of the Sun's forces and tip the balance. The Republic will be able to push forward and the Renegade Army will have the perfect opportunity to launch its attack. If we're successful, both fleets will regroup and will be ready to deliver the coup de grace. This may be the first step towards reconquering the galaxy and the fall of the Children of the Sun. Sheep answers again. You forget a small detail, Schmidt. Why will the Republic trust us? Mason won't even listen to us. Tell her Captain Schmidt is sorry. Sheep looks at you surprised without knowing what you mean. Remember these words, Mason will understand. Sheep remains silent as you keep talking. In the meantime, Sheep, your job is to convince the rest of the Renegade Army leaders. You'll take command and coordinate the attacks alongside the captains of the Republic that the Admiral will assign under your command. It's a very risky move. All or nothing. All or nothing. You shake hands and you get going. After informing your men, you set off back to Sol Invictus. Sheep will have to find a way to get your message to Mason and to convince the leaders of the Renegade Army while you deal with Nartos. We're leaving. You get ready to leave Sheep's hideout when a voice coming from behind makes you turn around. Sheep! Aaron, what are we supposed to do? The drifter has been destroyed. Alice and the rest of the crew are all dead. Sheep looks at you thoughtfully. I almost forgot about you two. Perhaps you should go with Captain Schmidt. She needs all the help she can get. With a bit of luck, you may become the first Aquinians to join the Interstellar Republic. I'll take care of them. The boys look at each other smiling. Aye, aye, Captain. Sheep hands you another dose of antidote for the gas outside. Good luck, Schmidt. You're going to need it. You reply, Same here, Sheep. Try not to get killed. Sheep, I'll make sure to kill as many as I can before that happens. You and your crew go through the hatch and head back to your ship. Let's go back to Sol Invictus.
Nice to see you again, Captain. I was beginning to think that you wouldn't come back alive. How did it go?
Sheep will help us. It's only a matter of time before we can strike. Until then, we'll have to keep playing our role and try to keep Nartos away from all this. We'll depart immediately to Sol Invictus to meet with the rest of the squad and inform the Emperor of the Renegade Army's ambush. We'll have him follow a false trail till we hear from the Republic.
Aye, sir.
Anything worth upgrading? No, it does not look like it. Oh boy, that's a lot of scrap. I've been having such an easy, fun time with the story that I forgot to do salvage and basic missions. Oh well. That being said, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode where hopefully we see an end to all this. It's been a fun ride.